That's right, they're gonna have to do that laundry.
Oh, man, thank you. This is great. This is my first time in your fine state, and it's great. I'm from Minnesota, so to me, Utah seems like a multicultural paradise with a tropical climate. And I got off the plane and I was like, am I in Miami? This is great. It's great to be here. This is such a beautiful venue, too. This place is amazing. I feel a little underdressed. I'm not wearing any underwear right now. Don't worry, you're fine up front. It's a clean show. Don't worry, you're fine. I'm not wearing any underwear because my wife and I are at the end of a laundry cycle right now. And the first one of us to acknowledge that they're out of clothes.
That's right, they're gonna have to do that laundry.
And it is not gonna be this guy. My wife thought she won the whole thing last night. I got out of the shower and I dried myself off with like 6 or 7 washcloths. And I went out into the living room and there she was, laying on the couch, eating a big bag of Cheetos in her wedding dress. Looking pretty smug about it. I didn't say a word to her. I just put on an old Halloween costume and went to bed. It did backfire on me at like 2 a.m. I got up to go to the bathroom and I walked by a mirror and freaked myself out a little bit. Like, oh my gosh, it's a saucy nurse. She's not wearing any underwear. And she's got a secret. Me and my wife went overseas for our first time this year. That's pretty cool. You learn a lot about your significant other when you go on a big trip like that, you know. I learned that my wife packs like she's Beyonce. We went to leave for the trip, like half of our stuff was in bags. But I didn't want to complain. I didn't want to start the trip off on the wrong foot, so I didn't say a word. I carried every one of those bags to the airport. We got on a plane. We flew across the Atlantic Ocean to Paris, France. We got all the way up to our hotel in Paris, and I unzipped the biggest of the bags. And inside, I found a box fan. I'm not talking about a little handheld personal cooling device. I'm talking about a box fan, hard shell, freestanding window unit. Like, sweetheart, if you'd have left this at home, I would have stayed up all night and blown on you. A couple of days later, we were at a train station in Paris, and we ran into a married couple from Houston, Texas. Yeah, well, they were very excited to talk to us, you know, because they're from Texas. They wanted to practice their English. They asked us where we were from, and we told them Minnesota, and they couldn't believe it. They said, oh my goodness, you live in Minnesota. Is it cold all the time there? I was like, you know, some of the time, not all the time. And then she said, well, at least you have the mountains. I don't think the schools in Texas are very good. I let that one slide. But what I found out on this trip is that people all over this world think that we American Midwesterners are adorable. They do. They think we're so cute and we're so friendly and we're so polite, you know? Because they don't realize that our Midwestern politeness is actually an intense psychological prison from which none of us can escape. It's like, oh no, I'm doing great. Oh yeah, doing great. Oh yeah. Definitely not holding back every negative opinion I've ever had my entire life. I'm just gonna go stand in the corner and bite my cheek until it bleeds. I'm doing super. You'd have an easier time getting a spy to give up government secrets than you would getting a Midwesterner to acknowledge they don't really like the dish you brought to a potluck. It's true, everybody here would stand up against the best interrogator in all of Guantanamo Bay. That guy would stand no chance. Like, oh, Guantanamo Bay, you got yourself a water view there, huh? Yeah. Bet the sunsets are pretty, yeah? What are you, hooking my toes up to a car battery? Okay, sure, go ahead, MacGyver. That's pretty impressive, you know? I was thirsty, I wanted to lay down. This fella's gonna let me do them both at the same time. A lot of serial killers from the Midwest. Yeah. I don't think it's a coincidence. But I don't think it's because we hold all of our negativity inside until we go in a murder frenzy. No, I think it's because we're just so polite. We make very convenient victims. It's like, oh, sure, I'll check your basement out. Let's go take a gander, huh? Come on. It's that carpet you got there. Plastic tarp. Very modern. I like that. Got a new year coming up. Of course, my least favorite day is getting closer and closer. Tax day. That's a tough one. Because tax day is the only day of the year that I see my wife's annual income. Right there in black and white, next to my annual income as a stand-up comedian. It's like, oh, look, baby. Yours has a comma. The worst part of it is people think maybe I have a little bit of money. Maybe I understand money. I don't, but they think I do. It's the glasses. That's what it is. When you wear these glasses, right, people assume that you're smart, which is weird because the only thing having these glasses proves that I've read is an eye chart. And I got it wrong. Good for my wife, though. She's a high-powered businesswoman. Tough being a businesswoman still in 2019. I think it's still harder to be a woman than be a man in 2019, don't you think? Poor move, fellas. You should have clapped on that one. That was a softball. I'm trying to help all you guys out. And it's true, it is harder to be a woman than be a man. We expect women to have talents that we would never expect a man to have. Like, we expect that every woman should be able to draw a prettier version of herself on her own face. Right? That's what makeup is. That is insanity. It's like, miss, real quick, why don't you just draw what you wished you looked like in these pencils and powders? Just learn to do it backwards on your own head, huh? Couldn't do that. I'm not even that good at being a man. And being a man is not that hard. But I'm not crushing it. I'm in my 30s. I still got no chest hair. It's not gonna start now. Actually, it's worse than no chest hair. I've got like 12 chest hairs. I take my shirt off, it looks like somebody stomped on a couple of daddy long legs. Not a great look for the beach. It's gotten easier to be a man, I'll say that, you know. Like 20 years ago, I was a huge wuss. Nowadays, I'm kind of butch. Yeah, that's right. Thank you, millennial dudes, for lowering that bar for me a little bit. Yeah. To know all kinds of stuff to be a man. Like, every man used to have to be able to look at any car and tell you the make and the model right away. If you give me a couple minutes, I can probably tell you, you know, is that one mine? My check engine light came on one time. I just started laughing right there in the driver's seat. It's like, what? There's nothing I can check down there. The little picture on the light's how I found out what my engine looks like. If something's wrong with my car, the little light should not be a picture of the broken part. It should be like $4 signs. And they light up according to how expensive the problem's gonna be. At least it's information I can use. You're supposed to get a man cave too when you get my age. I don't have one of those. My buddy just got a house. He's all excited. His wife let him have the basement. He's like, you gotta come downstairs every Sunday. We're watching every football game in the man cave, bro. The man cave. Settle down, Travis. Man cave? You just seized control of 1/16 of the house that you own half of. Big man! Yeah! You just graduated from living in your mom's basement to living in your son's mom's basement. It's not a man cave, that's a panic room. It is different. Been married 11 years now, don't have any kids. My wife does not want to have any kids. Jackpot! Yeah! Those ladies are hard to find, you know? I really don't want kids. Like, when I found out cell phone radiation lowers your fertility rate, I got a second phone from my other pocket. I'm on the Verizon wireless birth control plan. It's a good one. It's a friends and no family plan. I really like my nights and weekends free, you know? My father-in-law wants grandkids real bad, though, so he's trying to trick me into it. He said, son, don't you want someone to carry on your legacy? What? Legacy? Like, what's this kid supposed to do? Bounce a check at a comic book store? Yeah, it used to be a lot harder to be a parent, I think. When I was growing up in the 80s, we were kids, we could be gone from the house for 2 or 3 days in a row. No big deal. Yeah, and if you were gone for too long, still not a big deal. They just slap your face on the side of a milk carton, drive you right back to the house. Doesn't work that way anymore. Nope. Nowadays, if the little guy's out of your sight for like an hour, it's a crisis, and you got to take care of it all yourself. You got to get his photo. You go down to the lobby of the Walmart, tack it up on that corkboard they got there. That's where we, as a society, have chosen to place missing persons headquarters. The lobby of the Walmart? That's a terrible idea. You ever been on your way out of Walmart? The last thing you're looking for is more unattended children. Yeah, I think I saw some of them in there. You should take the corkboard inside, match them up. It's all good, though. Good times in the Miller house. Me and my wife, we agree on all the big important stuff. Except for one thing, and it's kind of a big one. My wife does not eat meat because she feels bad about killing the little baby animals. Are we vegetarians here? That's twice as many as we have in the Midwest. In the Midwest, a vegetarian's like somebody who takes the bacon off the cheeseburger, you know? 2 animals per sandwich, minimum, Minnesota. State law. Now, I'm with you guys. I'm not a vegetarian, but it causes some friction with my lady sometimes, you know, especially when we go out to dinner. But it gave me a great idea. I'm gonna open up a vegetarian compromise restaurant. We're still gonna serve meat, but only the parts the animals can afford to live without. Then out back, we'll have the world's saddest petting zoo. Me and my wife have an agreement. I can still cook meat in the house, but we have to do all of our grocery shopping at the hippie co-op grocery store. Oh, it's so expensive at that place. But like, you go to buy a jar of olives, it's like $8. But the whole reason it's $8 is there's a little sticker on the label that says like, no Malaysian children were harmed in the making of these olives. Which is great, but $8? But it's either that, you go down to the regular grocery store, you get the $2 sad Malaysian kid olives. You feel like a jerk all day long. Meet me in the middle, co-op. What about like $5 olives, and the Malaysian kids just kind of hate their jobs like the rest of us? That's fair trade right there. Do a lot of traveling. I like doing whatever the local culture is when I'm someplace, you know. I was in Des Moines, Iowa a few weeks ago, and so I Googled things to see in Des Moines, Iowa. Number 3 on the list, pork sandwich. Things to see in Des Moines, Iowa. Pork sandwich was number 3. Number 5 was the art museum. Number 3 was pork sandwich. That means more people in Iowa would like art if more artists would paint pictures of pork sandwiches. That's a good laugh. That is a good laugh. I'll take you home with me, guy. I'll buy you a pork sandwich. We'll stare at it together. Look at it. Look at that pork. I feel like we're back in Des Moines. I love traveling around, though. It's great. Stay in a lot of hotels, you know. Well, you know, a lot of motels. A lot more mo than ho for me. Tons of mo. Not a lot of ho. Tons of mo. It's fine. They're all basically the same. You know, every hotel between like $50 and $125. It's all the same. The bed, the TV, the desk. Every now and then you'll get a real bad one. But in my experience, it's never the one you think it's going to be. The worst motel I ever stayed at was in Rochester, Minnesota, which is a wonderful town. But oh my gosh, this place was so bad. Like, I don't know if I tell you the story. I don't know legally if I can say the name. Put it this way. Even in their own name, they acknowledge there are at least 5 better motels. Explain it to your neighbors if they look confused. So I just wanted to go take a quick shower and go to the show. I walk in the bathroom. I flip on the light. The bath towels were covered in blood stains. I was like, oh no. So I called the front desk and I was like, hey, I don't want to be one of those complainy guys, but my bath towels are covered in blood stains? With no hesitation, the lady said, oh, you must be in room 237. What happened in room 237? Am I in The Shining? What's going on? I'm guessing at the Motel 5, no bloodstains on the bath towels. Motel 7, dead guy still in the bathtub. At the Super 8, you gotta finish killing him yourself. Well, now I know to leave the light on for you, because it's scary, you know? Christmas coming up. I'm excited. I love Christmas. I love watching Christmas movies. My favorite Christmas show, though, is the Fireplace TV show. Do you guys watch the Fireplace TV show? I love the Fireplace TV show. It's just a fireplace for 3 hours. Sounds boring, sucks me in every time. My mom's like, hey, dinner's ready. I'm like, no, the guy's here, the arm's here. Everybody get in here, the guy's here, he's poking the fire. It's like, it's not like a professional fire tender, some chubby arm all hairy jabbing at it. It's great. But you don't have to wait for Christmas anymore. I found this out. You can now watch the Fireplace TV show anytime you want to on Netflix Instant Streaming. They have 3 episodes of the Fireplace TV. I binged them. I watched them all. I won't spoil the ending, but it's because it's on Netflix, they have all the amenities of every other Netflix show, including closed captioning. It's true. I turned it on for 3 hours. In parentheses, it just says, crackling. I switched it over to Spanish subtitles. It said, crepitante. I'm like, ooh. Very festive, you know? I'll watch that at Cinco de Mayo. That's cool. Gonna go back down south, see my folks for Christmas. When I moved up north from the south, all my friends are like, man, why would you leave the south? Why would you go up north? It's way better down here, man. Nope. We had a little contest in the 1800s to settle this one. Some of you guys just finding out? I don't know. I was born in Paducah, Kentucky. When you tell people you're from Kentucky, they're like, oof, Kentucky, you know. People think Kentucky is a stupid state. The whole state. Which, yeah, but they're just assuming that. I checked, I did the research. I went to elementary school down there. I remember in second grade learning about the first president of the United States, which in Kentucky, they pronounce George Washington. Washington? I didn't get it. I asked my second grade teacher, Mrs. Reynolds, how come it's pronounced Washington, but spelled wash, W-A-S-H? And she said to me, that's because the R is silent. No, it's not. I can hear it. I think you mean the R is invisible. I don't think letters can do that. Unless that's a third grade thing, and that sounds hard. But no, I do love traveling around. It's really fun. And people sometimes ask me, like, Bryan, what does your wife think about you traveling all over the country and telling stories about her? And I say, it's fine. She knows she deserves it. No, she's wonderful. She's wonderful. But she's a weird lady. My wife turned to me one time, out of nowhere, big smile on her face, and she said, honey, don't you think it'd be romantic if we died together? Said, yeah, sweetheart, of course, obviously, Or I could drive. I'm Bryan Miller. Thank you guys so much.